Hey guys, Zach here, Trash to Cash. It's an honor and privilege today to be with the House Judge, James Judge. We're here at the Willow Historic District, correct?
Yeah, absolutely.
And we met through serendipity. I threw my sign out front. I had multiple projects going, ready to tackle this one. And through the grace of God, I got the appropriate call from James, and he's ready to take over this project for some clients. We're gonna talk about his exit strategy. He is the expert in this area, so sometimes you wanna work in your circle of competence, and sometimes you wanna default if you can take a profit and move on to the next deal. So here we are. James is gonna take us through. I'm gonna let him rock and roll. This guy knows how to take sugar and turn it to fudge. I'm telling you, this guy is a magic man. He's the David Copperfield of houses on a budget. So if you don't follow him already, get into his feed. A lot of amazing content. He handles this area like the back of his hand. He is the expert. So I'm gonna turn it over to Mr. James, the House Judge, and take you through this bad boy. And I can't wait to see him go through this process for the next couple months and rock and roll. So it's a pleasure.
Absolutely, absolutely. Thank you so much. So yeah, so this is an awesome neighborhood here in Central Phoenix, really focusing on historic homes. It's the largest community of cottage-style homes in the entire country. So if you're looking to be in a cool location, this is the place to be. Right now, this house is definitely in disrepair, right? And it smells. Not that you're gonna be able to smell this, but it smells like money. So there's an opportunity here that we really wanna show you. I think when you're doing a house in a historic neighborhood, it's super important to pay attention to a lot of the historic details because it saves you money, yet it also really helps to get you top dollar because they don't make houses like they used to anymore. Outside here, we're really gonna focus just on curb appeal. We're not gonna make something that it's not. We're gonna focus on revitalizing the brick, the siding, and even restoring these old windows. So these old 1930s windows will function and have life again. Out front here, right now, this is like a barren wasteland of dead grass. This is gonna become a nice, lush lawn with some great desert landscaping that ties into it. Walk away to the street because historic neighborhoods, they're all about the curb appeal, all about a front yard and bringing people together. But enough outside, why don't we head inside and check it out?
Let's do it.
So as you walk in here, breathe in that beautiful smell. So it does not smell good. And that's the key thing. You should never be turned off by that because honestly, it means that there is an opportunity to make this better. So immediately, one of the first things that I saw and loved about this house were these concrete floors. So these, of course, have probably had carpet on them over time, but they're etched. So you actually have this etching that goes throughout the house. And to preserve this and enhance this and polish these concrete floors will give a super updated look in a historic manner. So we're preserving the integrity of the house while still kind of updating it as well. Great crown molding within the space that will be enhanced with a dark gray color. Same thing, bringing in new baseboards. So you're really adding some dark definition to the space while highlighting the floor. I want to point out something like this. This is a historic mailbox slot. I mean, why don't we see these anymore? This is so cool. And so factors like this are definitely charming, and charming equals money. So the more charm you can create in character, the better it is. But let's focus on this way. So through this archway, so of course, archways are popular today, but specifically this style is very period appropriate for this house. So we're gonna maintain this, but we're also gonna do this archway elsewhere in the home. So as we're looking beyond this way, that doorway goes to the kitchen. Now we're keeping that doorway, but we're gonna arch it so that it actually ties into this archway to really create some unification and tie the house together. Now this window is not really even a window anymore, it's kind of plastic. We're gonna take this out and add French doors because beyond this, you've got a beautiful view of what is currently a hole in the ground, but will be a great swimming pool. So French doors looking out to your backyard and pool. But let's go into the kitchen, and as we do, I wanna highlight this light fixture. Typically, this fixture is something someone would throw away. I'm gonna save it, and you will see this fixture in the new design. It will not be here. Here we'll get a brand new chandelier with a lot of bling, something that makes a big visual statement as you walk in. But that light fixture is gonna be over here.
Careful of all the spider webs as well.
Yeah.
I mean, again, this place is just nasty.
So right here, now we're in the kitchen, whole different smell, but we've still got the same cool concrete etched floors, which we're gonna enhance. And this area right here is gonna become an awesome breakfast nook. So there's an opportunity to do a built-in bench here, small table, and repurpose that dining room chandelier in here, tying in that historic element within a space of new and beautiful things. So the kitchen's gonna get the biggest transformation here in this house because really there's nothing in here to save and preserve. These are not original to the home. So they don't have any special historic integrity and clearly they are not in good condition. I mean, this is really gross, right? I mean, so all of this will be gutted. We're gonna close off this entryway right here. This provides us an opportunity to do a really great professional refrigerator, probably a Sub-Zero or Viking, something that's really slim. Then we'll have cabinets here with cabinets above. Cool feature detail, this wall and this wall is going to be completely exposed brick. So it's a brick home. By exposing that brick, again, we're preserving and really showcasing the historic value of the house, while also creating a really cool, popular, and trendy detail for today. So there won't be any backsplash. Instead, we'll just have a huge wall of exposed brick. The cabinets will be mounted to the brick. Right here, we're gonna maintain a sink. It's gonna become a little smaller so that way we can fit a dishwasher next to it. New, beautiful gas range with a custom hood above it. Now this area right here is not gonna have any room for open cabinets. Upper cabinets, I should say. So we've got the exhaust hood, the window. We might do some open shelves here, but this space is gonna feel so much more open and really feel inviting. So even though this is a closed off kitchen, you don't have your open concept floor plan that everybody loves, we're gonna make this space feel more open and feel more inviting. And remember, the views look out at the pool, so that's a big thing to enhance. Plus, by adding that eating kitchen, it's gonna really cater to the vibe of having an island. It's creating a place for people to gather. Now next to this wall where Zach's hanging out, this is an opportunity. Actually, it's so funny, I've never realized this, but like, there's like this cool kind of weird detail here. Anyways, imagine a vintage hutch. So we're gonna go to Goodwill and we're gonna find a cool china cabinet, something that has been, discarded by somebody, refinish it, and it will become a permanent piece of furniture here in this kitchen. So essentially it's creating a kitchen pantry or additional storage, but it's gonna be its own specialty piece, and that will really stand out. Own color, own design, really giving it some cool character and personality. Cabinets will be custom. I'm actually thinking a taupe color with a white marble countertop, because taupe, white marble, and brick, all best friends. So,
what are you doing for color on walls?
Color, I think we'll actually keep it simple. We're gonna keep it white for most of the house. Now the bathrooms, I'm gonna change that up. But in these spaces, I think a lot of times, of course, white's popular right now. You see a lot of white homes. But because we're gonna do the dark trim work in the other rooms, it's also gonna make that stand out and look really clean and fresh, which is neither things, this house is neither clean or fresh right now. So we really wanna embrace that and enhance that. Absolutely. So right behind Zach here, you've got the old milk door. So we've got, you've got the door on the outside, but you're missing it on the inside. So my goal is to go on eBay, find that door, buy it, and then install it. So basically restoring that milk door, so then that way you have it. Today, I imagine it's like a wine pass-through or like champagne cocktail time, and pass it through towards the pool. Love it. So that really summarizes the kitchen. We'll do some can lighting here, basically just to make sure the space is well lit. And remember, we're gonna have that cool, well, I don't know if it's cool yet, but the repurposed dining room chandelier will come in here. So this door right here, currently this is your only exit to the exterior. This will become a glass French door as well. So again, really the back of the house is all about creating access, making people want to go outside to the backyard. But we'll come back to that. So right here, you have bedroom number 1. Now, by today's standards, this is not a master bedroom. However, this is going to become the master. The great thing is you have this cool corner window, so we love that. You also, key thing to highlight, these doors. These doors are all original, so are these doorknobs. They're gonna stay. We're gonna refurbish these doors, paint them a similar dark gray color to kind of tie into the trim work, keep all the brass hardware. Brass is gonna become a really common element in this house. Thankfully, it's trendy today, yet it was also popular back in the 1930s. So you have a large closet there. I'm even gonna go as far as calling it a walk-in closet. Super luxurious. I'm concerned about what,
Check this out to hang.
Yeah,
and look at this
cool?
element. This is Dura steel. I mean, he always likes to preserve these old elements. And right inside here, as you can see, not to take away the thunder, but check that out. Pretty dope. Was that a shoe rack? Maybe hang the ties.
Exactly, I know.
Belts.
And so the crazy thing is, Durasteel made the tie rack, they made the mailbox slot, and the milk door. So like they totally monopolized on this like metal fixture industry. So, all right, so before this was a Jack and Jill style bathroom, right? You have a toilet and a sink here. You have actually a pretty spacious shower. And now I'm in the kitchen. So if you remember from before, we're gonna close this off completely so you don't have access from the kitchen. It's gonna make for a far more functional kitchen plan. It also makes for a master bathroom. Now, granted, not masterful in the way that we might think, but by relocating the plumbing from the corner here to where I'm standing right now, you'll be walking into that bathroom, see a sink, mirror above it, The entire wall will be a custom mirror to make this space feel so much larger and so much bigger. We'll have a custom vanity that accommodates a single sink here, plus some open shelves that L's back here. So then that way you have adequate room for the toilet, yet you're maximizing this space right here. New tile throughout the entire bathroom, but it's gonna have a vintage flair. So I'm thinking black with a green accent. Kind of bold, but I think it'll make sense, especially when you see the other upcoming bathroom. So because of that green accent tile, I actually wanna paint the entire bathroom green. So dark forest green, really dark bathroom, but with the reflection of the mirror, a cool light fixture that hangs over here. This will become a really, really special space. Not only that, but we'll upgrade all the plumbing here to make it much more luxurious and do a custom glass arched shower door to really give it a spa vibe. So even though it's a small bathroom, we're gonna capitalize and maximize the luxury factor as much as one can in a space like this. So now you've seen the master, let's go check out the other bedrooms and the guest bathroom, which has some of my favorite tile I've ever seen.
The other thing that's amazing about this home, when I acquired this asset originally, was a lot of these homes are just a one bathroom. So even so, it's a bonus. I mean, yes, that bathroom is small, but great things come in small packages many times, and certainly maximizing that. But the fact that there's 2 bathrooms here and 3 bedrooms, most of these homes are really 2 beds, 1 bath, maybe 3 ones. So that additional bathroom is a huge, huge plus for the end user, or on the flip side.
Absolutely, and that's a great point to make, because so oftentimes your huge expense in a home like this is finding a place to add a second bathroom.
Sure.
And that's a huge expense to do the sewer, the plumbing, etc. Usually it's worth it because of the return, but the fact that this house already has 2 bathrooms is money. So, off to the right here, we've got a single guest bedroom. So take a peek in there. You know, that space is just gonna get cleaned up, fresh paint, new fixtures. We're gonna make a door out to the pool because, again, the more doors you can have, the better. But check out this guest bathroom. So hello sunshine, right? I mean, this is like a Green Bay Packers bathroom with the yellow and green tile. I'm from Wisconsin. I'm not really a big Packers fan, but now we all know this. So the goal is to actually save this and preserve it because it's in great shape. And you know, it's hard to find tile like this. So the exception is we will not save this countertop. We're gonna take this out, preserve the sink, do a marble countertop, and recess this same geometric sink within it. So then that way you have a much more luxurious countertop with a cool vintage sink. We'll keep the cabinet, paint it to tie into the kitchen, new hardware, but so you still have this vintage new vibe coming together. Special mirror, something kind of designer cool. I'll probably go and buy it at Home Goods, honestly, for like $29, but it will look way more expensive. And then these lights are a little bit awesome, right? Like, I don't know if these will stay or not. We'll probably update them because of functionality, but they're a cool feature. Toilet will not stay. We'll update the toilet. The bathtub will though, and you can actually re-glaze this bathtub. So many people, again, would completely gut this bathroom and it would cost you thousands and thousands of dollars. Now to remodel and restore this bathroom, it's still gonna cost a lot of money because so many times it costs more money to actually save and preserve something than it would to rip it out. But at the same time, the value is here to really save it. New fixtures, refinished, reglazed tub, and this will be a beautiful bathroom. I'm thinking we're gonna paint it a dark charcoal gray. Bold, I know, but this way both bathrooms actually kind of tie together and they have this whole theme of black and green together. So, Zach, do you want to lead us down to the other bedroom?
Let me take you into what I was going to do the master. So my idea originally, which is interesting, is leverage this room, pop it into this hall bath to create the master, but I wasn't planning, I agree, that stuff's in amazing shape and it's incredible. Additionally, the tub that he's salvaging, they don't make tubs of that caliber anymore. Traditionally now you can go get a tub, it's $100, $200, the Home Depot special, but you try and take that thing out, that thing is solid steel, built to last and durable like these homes are. They don't build homes like these anymore, solid brick construction versus frame wood and stucco. So what you got something here is an amazing shell to work with, but Mr. House Judge, James the man over here, sugar to fudge, is really maximizing on a budget that I'm mind blown right now with this game plan. So in the future, I get more of these deals, I think we're gonna have to partner up on some of these flips for sure.
I support that.
So we're in this third bedroom.
Yes.
Take it away, my man.
So third bedroom is literally gonna stay just that. It's gonna stay a guest bedroom. Again, keeping it simple. So many times when I think people look at a project, they want to do a huge overhaul because they think they have to. You have to touch everything, and that's true, you do have to touch everything, but you don't have to touch it too hard. You can keep things and really work with them, and it's going to save you money. So many times gutting and demoing things actually is wasteful, not only for what's being thrown away, but it's wasteful because you're throwing away money of something that somebody will pay money for and they'll buy and appreciate. So you want to find that happy balance, and a historic home is a good place to do that. You can't do this in other locations always because you do need to update, you do need to gut, you do need to make something new. But when you're working with a historic property, you know, flaws, imperfections, charm, character, and old actually go a long way. Old, like this light fixture, which you will be seeing again. So this is another light fixture of which I'm totally preserving, and we are gonna restore and use in one of the bathrooms. So as we're going back out this way, one key thing I wanna highlight. This home does not have interior laundry. Now, you need interior laundry today to get top dollar. So one of the key things I always look for is where can we find it? And this cabinet is where we can find it because this backs to the bathtub. So we've got sewer, we've got plumbing. We're gonna be able to add in either gas or electrical to do a good stacked unit here that can actually be closed off with a door, and then you've got interior laundry. So it's a great way to add value to a home and make it more functional too. Like I never wanna go outside and do laundry, so I don't expect a buyer to wanna do that either. And you know, these are not big units, but this is not a big home either. So I think when you're sizing out appliances for a house, consider how large the home is and then size the appliances accordingly. So a small house equals a small washer and dryer, and that's totally okay. But so new laundry coming right there. And now I think it's time that we go outside. So this is kind of exciting because of course, typically we'd walk out through these beautiful French doors, but not yet. Instead, we're gonna go out here, super bright, and check out this awesome backyard. Now, awesome is the perfect way to describe it because that pool is so deep and the weeds are so high. But right here, this is the great thing. So right there, you'll have French doors, right where Zach is, and then you'll have a singular French door here coming off of the bedroom. So great access to this backyard. Pergola right here. So you've got a nice patio covering that really gives you some afternoon shade. Great place to gather, especially if you make that the cocktail door, what used to be the milk door. And then this all overlooks the backyard. So it's interesting, right? So like a lot of people would say we have to rip up all this concrete. I'm gonna say we save this. Potentially we rip up this one strip right here and then do some geometric squares. So concrete stepping stones, do some gravel in between, maybe turf. And this is gonna create a nice transition between patio space and pool space. Now we've got this giant fence, it's not staying. So the fence is gonna come down and we are gonna restore this swimming pool because it is a classic diving pool. And honestly, like you can't find diving pools like this anymore. So by the time that this is completely redone, it's going to look amazing with new landscaping all around it. But like, this is crazy deep, right? I mean, and pools by McConnell. I don't think McConnell's in business anymore, but we're super grateful for what they did. So this is gonna get completely new plaster. It'll get new tile. The pool equipment will be updated. So even though this is the old pool shell, by the time it's refinished, replastered, retiled, new guts from underneath with a light and whatnot, it'll look and feel like a new swimming pool within an old shell, kind of like this house. And I think that's a big thing to keep in mind when you're doing a swimming pool. A lot of people get nervous when they see a pool like this because they think it's gonna cost a ton of money, and it is expensive, but it doesn't have to break your budget. And in general, pools are a great asset. So whenever I'm flipping, I always think, keep the pools and make them better.
Are you gonna go with, I agree 1,000%, but it costs more money to fill a pool, pull the demo permit for proper fill, the dumping, good city permits, the headache. It's cheaper. You could chip out a plaster in this pool, $5,000, $6,000, maybe even $7,000 with some equipment. Not crazy expensive, and it's a huge value add. Remember, we're in Arizona, and this market is hot. When it's hot, you definitely want to cool down. And to transition from your bathroom ideas and sitting out here hypothesizing, what color? I'm thinking a dope green tile maybe to tie it in.
So I support that 100%. Honestly, like I'm a big believer in doing a cool pool tile, especially if the rest is going to be plaster because it kind of blends away. And I like a classic white plaster in an old pool like this because the water is beautiful in color. And plaster is also more cost effective than Pebble Tech. So when you're flipping a house with a pool, keep that in mind. It doesn't always have to be the best materials that maybe you want for your own home. A plaster pool in a historic property makes sense because that's what they did long ago. So I totally dig the green tile idea, So I don't know, like usually I go for a blue you know, some kind of aquatic teal, but I support the green.
In this house, I think you got to differentiate and just rock it.
And
you can be
embrace that.
edgy in here. I love it.
You can. You're totally spot on, right? And like that's the cool thing with working in a historic neighborhood and on an old house is that you can be edgy. You know, and notice there's green on this house already. Sure. So like we've seen some green, and it's not going to be the last time.
Good.
So let's sneak back out here and let's talk about another value factor. So a space like this clearly used to be a garage. However, at this point in time, it has plumbing, it has electrical, and it has sewer. So those are all the makings of a guest house. Clearly it's been started, and we're gonna finish it off. So then that way this space really becomes a true guest house featuring a kitchenette, a bathroom, and even a bedroom. So then that way this is the perfect Airbnb opportunity. And Airbnb with this will actually pay your mortgage in this neighborhood because people come here year round because we're so close to downtown. It's an awesome location, and with this pool and walking distance to Central, you can't beat it. So this space is going to be awesome and will be a mini version of the house. To me, that's always really important when you're working on a small property is don't do a ton of different things. Find something that you like and then do a variety of with it. Make sure that the house feels unified and really ties itself together, because altogether with that design style, it's going to make the house feel bigger and more thoughtfully designed. So this overall takes us through this awesome historic home. And in a couple months, this will be beautiful. It's hard to imagine now, especially hard to imagine if you could smell this. But you know, altogether, it'll be an awesome property and a beautiful home for somebody.
I can't wait to come during, drive by every couple weeks, check on the progress. I mean, I'm a huge construction guru and enthusiast, and on this project and walking through your mindset and ideas, it's incredible. We're standing outside here, which is also amazing. You got a solid block fence. It's already done. The bones are solid here. Now it's about doing some serious cosmetic surgery, right? You don't need full surgery on this bad boy. Beautiful cosmetic ideas, the preservation. This thing is gonna be an HR. In baseball terms, we call that a home run. Could be a grand slam. I'm super excited. I love the energy. This guy is a boss of these properties. If it was me doing it, so funny, I'm going through, all right, I'm gonna replace the windows. I'm opening this thing up. I'm seeing some sort of pergola over here so you can have additional parking. Different ideas, maybe even like an overlay. Instead of jacking out the concrete, you could do the thin pavers to kind of surround and tie in the space. There's so many different ideas to go through, but here's where I'm most impressed. This is what's super cool, and I'm gonna pay him a great compliment right now. Typically when investors buy the house, they're like, all right, they have it under contract. This is closing in 48 hours, right? It's before close. He already has the full game plan, the full budget. This is called preparedness and being ready to execute. So when you're working with somebody who's an expert in the field, knows what they wanna do, you're gonna come into that baseball game fully practiced, ready to go, just like anything else. You're not gonna run a marathon without practicing. He's already practiced, he's already, ordering, I'm sure he's already got orders going through, he's searching the Goodwill for that custom cabinet piece. He's rocking
50% on Saturdays.
Hey.
That's like calling my name every Saturday.
So that is impressive. So just like anything else, be prepared when you tackle these projects, come in with a budget, and ready to execute. So once that clock starts ticking, when you close, you can execute immediately and be ready to tackle the project.
And on top of that, another key thing to always really keep in mind is know your comps. So where we're standing right now, directly behind you, this house on the backside sold for $670,000. So granted, bigger house, different features and whatnot, but it gives you an idea of price point within a neighborhood. And when you are flipping and when you are doing remodels, it's super important to know that. So that helps to create your budget because you know how much you can put into the house and how much you can't, and what you need to do in order to get a good return.
And let's talk, I'm a numbers guy. I know many of you guys always like, oh, you watch these shows and on TV, someone buys a house for $350, it's sell for $600, and they think you make $250. It doesn't work like that. Those are gross numbers. You gotta talk about capital improvements, you gotta talk about carrying costs, you gotta talk about selling fees, and all the other intervening variables that come into play on the acquisition and disposition side. So just out of curiosity, and people love to know numbers, you're buying this house for $365, right? And what is the budget and what do you think the X is? And there's a potential that the clients may want to just stay here because I'm sure it's going to be beautiful. Absolutely. So it'll be an emotional battle whether to say, hey, are we going to stay or are we going to sell? That's a great position to be in because you know you got a good deal on it. So what are the numbers?
So budgeting $100,000 for a remodel. So now this you might look at this and say, well, God, where's that money gonna go? But even though we're saving so many of the cool cosmetic details, there's a lot of the bigger functional details that are not cool and need to be replaced. So new roof, new air conditioning, updating the plumbing, all those factors have to be done. Same thing with the pool. So those add up really quick. So I'm estimating about $100,000 will go into this. So total in 465, you know, and resale value, low sixes.
That is phenomenal. So you got that gross spread of about 135 to maybe 150,000.
Yep.
What we call that is equity, gross equity. So if they decide to flip after cost, maybe that client makes $70,000, $80,000, or they stay.
Absolutely.
They got, you know, a low mortgage insurance premium because, hey, they may have 20% equity, 15% equity, whatever it is. So that is a great position to be in. So when you're outsourcing your construction, you're working with professional designers and agents, make sure that they're bringing you a quality deal where there's back-end equity and cushioning on that deal to protect you, protect the clients, and create a good profit for you.
Absolutely. So Zach, thank you so much. I totally appreciate it. This was an awesome opportunity to really work together on this.
Love it.
If you're house hunting in Central Phoenix, I'm James the House Judge. You can check me out online and on social media as the House Judge. And I would love to help you find your perfect home or your next project.
This is the man. And even if he's not finding a job, do you do outside design projects for people
I
on a
do
budget?
design consulting, but more or less I'm going to tell you everything you should do and then walk away and let you figure it out for yourself.
There you go.
Full disclosure. So I've got ideas and I've got opinions and I'll give them to you, but then it's up to you.
This is a great agent. I don't work with agencies, so if you're looking for an amazing agent, specific historic district, again, outsourced to the professionals and the experts in that area. James, the House Judge, knows how to turn sugar to fudge. He is a beast. I can't wait to watch this one. I look forward to many, many more. We're not about one and done. We're about long-term relationships. I'm happy through the grace of God that, you know, and serendipity that we got to have some sort of working relationship here and rock and roll. So it's been a pleasure,
Awesome.
COVID.
Likewise.
That's how we do it. We'll see you on the other side and show you the end product very, very soon. Thanks for following along.